Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. Warning, this podcast is uncensored and contains profane adult language.
Let's go watch it in 2D. No, let's go watch it in 3D. But if we watch it in 3D, then is it worth the cost?
What if you discovered your entire world was a game?
Guy, it's a video game.
Is this what recreational drugs feel like?
In 2 days, the game is going to shut down.
What if we can save it? Everybody down on the ground! Hi. This isn't you. You don't do this. Maybe I do.
Please stop, Mother.
He's just resting.
In pieces! That man is dead!
He's so sleepy.
Free Guy. Rated PG-13. August 13th. Only in theaters.
Hello. This is Adolf, and I have with me Classic Jake.
Howdy, folks.
And New Jake.
Hi, everybody.
And welcome to the Spoilercast of Free Guy. So, Free Guy, just in case you did not listen to the spoiler-free version, we all gave it an 8 out of 10. We all enjoyed this very much. And it's not great 3D, but definitely some moments that were nice in 3D. Not terrible. They put some effort in, not as good as it could have been. Or should have been.
Yeah.
So how does this movie start, Classic Jake?
Well, pretty much we're kind of introduced to the world of Guy, and it's very reminiscent of how what Emmett does in the Lego movie.
Yes. It's a live-action Lego movie.
Exactly.
So you're Free Guy. Free Guy in the character. The character names are kind of basic, but that's kind of the point. You know, Guy is played by Ronald Reynolds, and he's walking around his virtual world, which he does not know he's in a video game, but anyone watching in the theater was like, yeah, obviously, this is a video game.
Yeah. Or America in 10 years, the way things are going.
Yeah. And he's a bank teller, and someone robs him, and it's just like a normal day. Every day someone robs a bank and takes money, and he has a friend named Buddy that's with him, and he's like, oh, I gotta see this girl, she's awesome, and she has glasses. And then they explain, well, you can't talk to the people with glasses. Those are people that are special. And this is the first kind of clue that they know something's up, but they don't understand it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he tries to see her, but there's a train that gets in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he dies, quote unquote, and comes back to life and tries it again. And eventually they do kind of cross paths, and you're like, hey, don't bother me until you're like a level 100. And it's like, well, how do I do that? And it's like, I don't know. And he's like, I'm going to be good. Just be super wholesome, and I'll level up that way instead of killing everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he also gets him a pair of glasses, puts them on, and he starts realizing there's something really going on that he doesn't know.
Yeah.
So he's able to pick up power-ups like a health pack, items and such, and it's actually pretty fun. You get to... Then you zoom out, and you see that this is actually someone else. The girl that he is chasing after is a human, and she's playing a game in a coffee shop, and she's trying to find out that, there's evidence in the video game that something or other. And I was like, okay. And then you figure out later on that her and her guy friend, not say boyfriend, because they're not dating, made a game, and it was stolen. And then she's trying to get at their evidence that they used the code in this game, this game is called Free City. I forget the name of the game that she made. Was it like Paradise or something? Life Itself or something like that?
Yeah, something bland, basic title. Yeah.
Life Itself.
Yeah.
So if they get evidence, then they could sue. And the whole movie's about lawsuit. It's like, okay, sure, movie. Yeah, that's not how lawsuits work.
Yeah, movies in a movie. Yeah, this is the catalyst to move it forward, which they occasionally check back in with.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's not how this works, but okay, guy, okay. I let things go because I'm having a good time. I like the comedy; it's fun.
Yeah.
But the logic just doesn't work.
Yeah, this is like a really bad Nancy Drew episode.
And because a lot of times, it sucks, but I'm not going to admit, that's how video games work. A lot of people build on top of their video games, and they use engines, and it's not completely unheard of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Anton did buy him out.
Yeah.
So I assume it also included ownership of life itself. So, I mean.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess they weren't getting paid the royalties for their AI, whatever they built for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this does come up with an explanation why Guy is the way he is and why he can become the way he is this AI.
Yeah.
Because the game that this character she made, Millie, the game that they made with real life character of Joe Keys, it's supposed to be a game where AI can just breathe and you just do whatever you want, but it's not violent. It's a relaxing video game, and they've put on top of that code the Free City code, which is a violent video game like Grand Theft Auto, like The Sims. The Sims isn't violent, but there's just some sim elements to this where it's like, the NPCs, they just do what they're told, and, Grand Theft Auto, the free open world, and Fortnite with people jumping in and playing. So it has a lot of different kind of elements from various video games, but it's its own thing. Now, I don't really understand the logic of this video game, so I guess people rob the bank to get money to go on quests or something. I was kind of lost with that. I don't know if you guys were lost with the actual, like, A to B video game aspect was. You just do whatever the hell you want in this, and is there anything else?
No, I mean, I think it's why it's called Free City, because you get to do whatever you want, and it seems like there's no central story. You just cause hell if you want to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just want to know why no other player, because it seems like rather fast they would get around that. They would figure out that you can level up faster by playing good versus killing people. So are they critiquing gaming culture as a whole, that people would rather kill than be nice?
Yes. That's exactly what they're saying. Fistedly. But
yeah,
go because it's kind of true.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, there's also those who would figure out easily. It's like, hey, if you play good, you can level up faster. You could probably mix and match. Like, I could do good here, bad there. Like, help the old lady find a cat, rob a bank.
I know, but then you got guys who try to play a game like The Sims and try to be violent.
Yeah, like setting fireworks off in your living room, which I did a lot, but
or not having a bathroom for your Sims.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
No door.
I mean, I have to admit, in Fallout Shelter, I had all my women pregnant because then they couldn't be killed.
Now, going back to this game, or movie game, it's kind of a weird dual concept. And there's the two stories, they intertwine. And you have the movie and the real world stuff that mixes in with the video game stuff, and Keys works for the company, and he can't talk to Millie because he has the non-disclosure agreements, which is legit. It's totally legit.
Yeah.
That's how business works. A lot of businesses have NDAs to do this to protect themselves, and that's not that's completely normal.
Yeah.
Some people abuse that, but it's part of business.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was like, "Oh, I don't know if this works," and Ryan Reynolds is like, "Okay, I'm going to be good and earn the love of her." and he gets he finally gets some money and buys the shoes, and then they're starting to figure out, the game developers, that this NPC, non-playable character, is doing stuff that he shouldn't be able to do. So they go after him in the game, and they use that God mode, and he somehow is able to escape. Which, again, logic. I was like, no, if they're really using God mode, they could take out anything.
Yeah.
God mode in like video games is really literally God mode. They could change anything.
Yeah.
But okay. I mean, it's kind of like a Mario Goomba getting a mushroom and start being big. Yeah, Nintendo is going to be able to go into that code and change that right away.
Mm-hmm.
But the movie's a movie, and you just got to let some of that go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But it's really funny, so I was able to let it go.
Yeah. And yeah, you do see, I think I saw right away that Keys programmed Ryan Reynolds to like things that Millie liked. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess Keys and Millie are going to get together, obviously.
Mm-hmm. This is straight up Serenode, I'm trying to remember how to pronounce this. It's the one where the guy gets the poet to write the love letters to his girlfriend.
Serenode to Bergerac?
Bingo, exactly. I mean, this is classic stuff.
Yeah.
Now, in the few scenes they had together before the eventual end, where they reveal that they love each other, I liked them, but I don't feel like they really had romantic chemistry. I felt like they were friends. So,
yeah.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, Millie's trying to go into this special area because this special area has a clip, and that clip shows that the code was really in the game, and eventually you see Taika Waititi's character, Antoine, the CEO, is like, let's stop these guys, and let's do everything we can to stop them, and Guy is still leveling up and trying to figure out a way to survive, and eventually they have to like reset the whole thing, and they're worried, oh no, we're gonna forget everything, and this is where it's kind of, the movie is like, yeah, if they really reset everything, it's gonna, business wise ain't gonna work. The shareholders are gonna be pissed.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gamers are going to be pissed. Well, they were pissed.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, that was the most believable part of the movie. That the end where they were like, not buying the new game, and
yeah, they spoke with their wallets.
Yep, and that's true gaming culture.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, everyone makes fun of EA, but at the same time, everyone else does do what EA does too. I mean, it's profitable business, and video games are art, but mostly business.
And these gamers at the end, they were acting like they had just got off a round of playing Fallout 76.
So, when they reset, he's able to remember everything. Guy's able to remember because they kiss. That kissing scene, both of them was a lot of fun. It was awkward, but fun awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And they're figuring out, oh wow, this Guy character, he's evolving past his code and has artificial intelligence, and they're just gonna kill him, and everything's gonna go back to normal. And it's like, yeah, I'm not sure if that's how things work either. I mean, if they reset it, and it's, I mean, it's a romantic, cute thing, but a kiss is not gonna, I don't know. I didn't buy that logic either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Hollywood logic.
Yeah.
I mean,
it fits the story. That's all that matters, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would have done something where like they saved the character some way, other way, and somehow, some way he got out of the internet, kind of like, a Ralph Breaks the Internet kind of thing, where, because he was outside of the game for a while in like a lobby, that could have been a fun way to like, oh, let's just go in here, and then that's how he gets saved, because he jumps out of that game into another game or something,
Mm-hmm.
it's not that hard to write that. I think there's easier ways than to just assume your audience is dumb and not gonna assume it just resets and he's fine again. A kiss, nah, I don't know. I mean, a movie's gonna movie, but at the same time, you gotta believe some stuff here, and some stuff just don't make sense.
Yeah.
And then, just Taika Waititi is furious. It's like, all right, we're going to destroy the servers and go this, and get axes.
Yeah, and Taika Waititi makes being toxic look funny, which I don't know if that's the most healthy message to send out to gamers, but hey, it was funny.
So, it's fun. And as he's trying to destroy the servers, different parts of the game work, but then he's able to get the other non-playable characters together. And it's like, yeah, I'm not exactly sure how they're destroying the universe in this movie works for a game. I would think a lot of it is not how things work. It's the movie being a movie. And, you get, okay, I want to get this dude character to kill him and upload the dude. And then Ryan Reynolds has, like, a boss battle in the middle of the movie, toward the end of the movie, actually. And that scene was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, pretty much everyone in the theater cheered when they had the Captain America shield.
Yeah. And then Captain America himself showed up.
The laughter, and the few people who hadn't seen a Marvel movie were like, what?
And almost everyone in my theater was dead quiet when Axe Trebek was on.
Oh, they stood up and cheered.
It was kind of just sad, knowing that he's dead now, and
Yeah.
But we got a lot of great cameos here. Apparently, I'm just here on the IMDb page, but Dwayne Johnson is here as a bank robber. Hugh Jackman is here as a masked player. Channing Tatum.
At least their voices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Channing Tatum was hysterical.
Tina Fey was that dude's mom.
Yeah.
And you get a lot of times where they cut away to different people. I'm not sure. New Jake, are those people like in the gaming, streaming stuff? Or
I only recognize two. One of them was what is his name? It's Septiceye, something Septiceye, and then Ninja. I knew for sure. The other couple people on there, I didn't know who they were.
I'm pretty sure they're all like, like the Twitch crowd and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, Guy is trying to run off to the island to prove that the game is built on another game, and eventually they have an agreement, and it's like, oh, if you give me the characters from Free City and let the game live on, then I don't care about the lawsuit.
Yeah. You could do with Free City 2 if you want to.
And it's like, what? Okay.
Yeah. Why did we go through all of this? I mean, you could have had this conversation and the movie wouldn't have had to happen. And Anton would have agreed to it because it would have been in his best interest to do that.
Well, he wouldn't have known to do it unless he was confronted by Millie, I guess. Yet again, Hollywood logic, but...
Yeah.
I guess it did make him a lot of money, so...
Yeah.
That's why he didn't want to give it up until, I guess, Free Guy 2 was coming out.
Yeah. Oh, and he was also probably just going to nuke the first one anyway and then go, it's not backwards. In fact, it's not even going to exist, and this one you got to pay for everything.
Yeah, because in the movie they explained that where he was supposed to be like, you could bring over your characters, your progress, put it in the new game, but he said, I'm lying.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the people like, why?
Yeah, I mean, it's code.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to copy and paste.
Yeah. But money.
It is hard. I'm not going to say programming games is easy, but I mean, it's easier to do that than to just completely start fresh.
Right.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, the movie is hilarious. Ryan Reynolds, I love him, and I love him in almost everything, but he's spectacular here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as the blue shirt guy, he's hysterical. And Joe Keery, he's one of my favorite. Steven's become one of my favorite characters on Stranger Things.
Yeah, he's so good in this. I really like him here.
Mm-hmm.
I like everyone. You said before Buddy is good. I liked him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out Kevin Hart's Kevin Hart.
Yeah. He's more controlled than Kevin Hart.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that scene where they're talking about having an existential crisis and talking about reality. My God, that was awesome.
Yeah. It's like, I'm just spending my day with my best friend. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. And then when the bridge is coming apart, his death scene was moving.
Yeah. It's like,
you knew he wasn't going to die because it's not that kind of movie.
Yeah.
Well,
it's not a high stakes movie.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a weird kind of high death movie because they are video game characters that will come back, but it's all kind of fun and silly, and but it still works that you have a tone that works, and I thought it was hilarious, and I liked how they represented video games. I think is actually very fair.
Yeah.
And it's fun and it's ridiculous, but it's enjoyable, and I was surprised how wholesome it was. How many times it's like, oh, I actually feel good watch this movie, and how they do commentary on life and stuff. It's like, damn, this movie is actually like hitting it out of the park with some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the whole romantic thing was, cliche, and the whole lawsuit is going to end everything. Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I like them, but okay.
Mm-hmm. Like you said, you knew what was going to happen. It was just how they were going to get there. What makes this interesting.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think this is based on a book or graphic novel or anything, is it?
No, it's totally new IP.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, it's like we said, there's inspirations from different video games and stuff. In some ways it's very like The Matrix and stuff, and the idea of reality and not reality and AI, but it's done in a fun way, and under crappier hands this would not have worked, but it works, because Ryan Reynolds is awesome and he's great, and how you said it before, New Jake, that he has like this naive nature that is just so fun to watch on screen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was really worried, that he would be pigeonholed into Deadpool, and it really shows the range of Ryan Reynolds, that he could have another kind of comedy that works so well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A PG-13 kind of sweet, and I mean, like I said, this is a 180-degree turn from Deadpool.
Yes.
So, yeah, this is a great movie. It's a lot of fun. The logic doesn't always work, but you just kind of have to let stuff go.
Yeah. Like story's cliched, but it's an enjoyable ride. It's dare I say, it's kind of like a fun video game.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, there was a scene I wanted to ask you guys in the 3D, in the regular review without spoilers. So when the game is like resetting and everything's frozen in time, wasn't that 3D good or no? Because I was like expecting, oh, that's gotta be good.
There was a few moments where like you see the scene in the trailer where the gunman is frozen. You see the bullet. It's kind of out there, but it's not great. It should have been better.
Yeah. It was a little frustrating at times.
Yeah. I mean, there's a little bit of pop out there, but it's mainly relegated to the sides of the screen where it should have been more up front. It should have.
Like, was the 3D really cool? The depth-wise cool in that whole action scene with the apartment?
Yeah. I mean, the depth was great throughout. It was just the pop-outs were, I won't say not there. They are just hard to come by.
Yeah, they were almost like accidental pop-outs.
Yeah.
So
I was like, well, I didn't mean for that to happen.
Yeah. Whoops.
The action scene specifically in like the abandoned building where he's jumping around with his shoes. I imagine the depth in there really helped the 3D.
Oh yeah, I kind of felt like I was up 100 stories off the ground. It kind of made me freak out a tad.
Yeah.
And like the different like cars and explosions and stuff. None of that really popped out. Really.
No.
Oh.
There's like one scene with the motorcycles where they jump off. That didn't pop out the glass and stuff.
No.
Well, like there's a little bit.
Yeah, but
barely.
not much.
Yeah, it was barely there.
Yeah, I was like, they either needed to, make it, pull it in closer or shoot it from another angle.
Mm-hmm.
It's so disappointing to hear that because it's just like you see these things and you're like, oh, I imagine, okay, whenever he put the glasses on and then you have the HUD with the HUD in different layers of 3D, of the video game.
Yeah, there was depth.
It's almost like this movie was not meant to be a 3D movie, and then they just decided at the last minute, oh, it's a gaming movie. We can get extra box office because the gaming geeks all.
It kind of worked. Because the movie almost made $30 million.
Yeah.
Okay. When Guy was falling after he didn't catch the ball, did the depth help with the 3D there or no?
Yeah, I mean the depth worked throughout. I mean it was there. It's just it needed more pop out.
Yeah, and I was like I didn't know Skyscraper had made such a impact on culture that they were doing a parody of Dwayne Johnson. When he makes the leap.
Yeah.
That looked like to me.
Fair enough.
Now, was the 3D in real life like subdued or different than the 3D in the video game, or no?
No.
I mean, I won't say it's not there. It was just very, very moderate.
Because that was my problem with Ready Player One 3D, because in the real world, the 3D was not there at all or turned off. But then in the game, it was really turned on, so it kind of was jarring, jumping back and forth. But
because the video game world is largely made in computer for Ready Player One.
Now this does definitely have some comparisons to Ready Player One, and we could probably do a whole podcast comparing both movies.
I mean, besides the screenwriter.
Yeah.
Which one do you guys like more?
This Free Guy's funnier.
Yeah. The other one is just an Easter egg hunt, more or less.
I mean, it's literally the story. But I don't know. Ernest Cline's kind of troubling a little bit now with kind of his sketchiness towards women, and I don't know. I know Steven Spielberg is a gamer and loves video games, but it seems like he doesn't grasp it as much as he thinks he does with Ready Player One. So I like Free Guy better.
Yeah.
Now, Free Guy is more, I guess, future-proof than Ready Player One, which is ironic because Ready Player One's about virtual reality, and this is not, because Ready Player One was all about old-school 70s and 80s references, and it's like, dude, people 50 years from now is not going to care, about those references. And not 50, but you know what I mean, in that deep future.
It's referenced the movie. That's what Ready Player One was. It was okay, but it was literally, hey, I recognize that thing. I recognize that thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was. And it didn't really focus on the gaming, whereas this one was like, it felt like a video game and I actually kind of want to play it.
Yeah, and Ready Player One has pretty much already been replaced by Space Jam Legacy, as everybody going, because it's got newer references.
Yeah. Or this actually felt like, okay, this actually could, in theory, work as a legit video game right now, actually,
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know why there were so many things stolen from different games in that version of the game. Like, you had the Fortnite a unicorn mallet thing. You had the Captain Marvel shield or Captain America shield. How did they pay for that? I mean, not the studio, but the game inside the movie.
DLC,
did they
man.
Pay for those rights?
DLC.
That's fair.
Oh yeah, and of course the lightsaber.
Yeah, the lightsaber, the Hulk hand. I mean, Jesus Christ, how did they afford all that?
Taken from everybody. So I think this little Life Itself game is the least of his problem.
I mean, because it had Valve. It just had all sorts of properties. Hopefully they didn't get sued.
Well, I'm thinking, is this something that benefited the movie because it got bought out by Disney, and Disney was like, "Yeah, go for it," and they wouldn't have done this if Disney didn't give what was the part of this. So
yeah,
maybe they were going to try, but they probably wouldn't have been able to get Chris Evans to so
yeah.
But yeah, it's just, it works. It's funny, and it's really a fun kind of story that feels familiar but different at the same time. You can also say kind of like Truman Show, but not as deep.
Yeah, not as existential, but it's still good nonetheless.
Yeah.
So Disney's already talking about a sequel because it's made good money. What do you guys want to see in a sequel? I don't even know how to.
Hopefully it takes place in that world at the end of the movie with like the dinosaurs and stuff. I think that could be new opportunities. Just I hope it doesn't rehash itself.
Yeah, they could go with making fun of reality TV. Not that reality TV doesn't already make fun of itself. Just no Kardashians, please.
Yeah.
I don't know if reality TV would work for that. I just hope they don't go that angle.
Who knows what they do? I mean, and right now everybody's kind of saying sequels, but I don't know because looks like my prediction for the year, no $1 billion grossing is looks like nothing's really making big money.
But for a new IP in a pandemic time, it's doing really well.
Yeah.
But maybe... go ahead.
Here's an idea. They could kind of do a mix-up with, Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah. No, seriously, yeah.
Yeah. I think delving into the modding culture of video games, especially because this game looks like it was PC only, maybe that'll be a fun world because you can literally do anything until the developer yanks it. But do that or upgrade, like, hey, we got new features, we got new graphics, do something.
Well, okay, I like that idea. I like it a lot. I also like the idea that they're in this paradise and they're bored.
Yeah.
They're bored.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because it's so perfect. And then what do they do?
Paradise bored.
Yeah. It's just like, well, we're going to introduce guns. We're going to introduce melee. Like, we're going to do all this stuff. Maybe do more Grand Theft Auto-y elements. Not make it R unless you want to alienate the audience of the first movie, but...
Yeah.
I think the part keep it PG-13. I think they were able to make it work, and they can keep that. But yeah, you have some possibilities, but I don't know for sure if this will... Oh yeah, let's do a sequel, and 10 years later we get a sequel. Kind of like Zombieland. Oh yeah, let's do a sequel, and it just stays in development hell for years and never, It does happen, but maybe it just takes forever, or maybe it never happens, but
I'm just hoping that Disney doesn't go and say, see, this proves that you can do a PG-13 Deadpool, and completely ignore the lesson they learned from Once Upon a Deadpool.
Yeah, I mean, isn't Ryan Reynolds like a actually like big part of the writing here or screenplay, or no?
For Free Guy or Deadpool?
Didn't he produce a Free Guy or help produce it or something?
Oh yeah, like he produced it, and he probably helped come up with story beats, maybe.
Okay, so he has his hands in this. That's what my point is. He's not just the star. Maybe I think that's gonna be something to look out for. But hey, it definitely is a great movie and a lot of fun. Just obviously some logic things that don't make sense and cliches but it's still a lot of fun and really hard. Any other final words, Classic Jake?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you gotta have this movie more, watch Truman Show. But this is a blast.
Yeah.
New Jake, any last words?
Yes. They could have done the F-bomb differently, but it's still a great movie. It's fun. Go see it. Maybe not in 3D, but it's still a good time.
Evan, having Captain America say F would have been probably funner.
Yes, instead of the goldfish, it would have been like, what the fuck, instead of what the shit. So, but still, it was still funny, and it worked.
All right, I guess with that, we'll wrap up this podcast. We all liked Free Guy, definitely recommend it, and thank you for listening. Bye.
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 Before this podcast wraps up, I want to thank my patrons. Thank you, Kano3D, Mr. Bengal 5, and Kevin Winter for your financial support on Patreon.com. So that's going to be it for this podcast. Thanks for listening. You can find 3D or 2D on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, and more. Just look for 3D or 2D. Links are in the info box. If you want to send us listener mail, our email address is email3dortwo@gmail.com. Thank you for either listening or watching this podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.